Hello, today we will be going over the installation of the GoLabel software and setting up the GoLabel program to print your labels. First thing you're going to want to do is open up your web browser and go to www.djvlabels.com. As you can see right here, this is the website that will pop up. You're going to want to click on thermal printers. That'll bring you to the thermal printer page, and on there in the middle of the screen you'll see a label software downloads. The program you're going to want is GoLabel v1.12 or whatever version it is. It always stays up to date with the most current version of the software. So to download, you're going to click on the GoLabel and it should start downloading. You might have to, some computers might require to hit run, but most will probably just start downloading the program. While the printer is downloading, or the program is downloading, excuse me, you can click on Printer Help, and on the Printer Help screen, it has a few of the different printers. For instance, the RT700i, it's got the user manual on there. It's got the label, ribbon, and loading, and a calibration video that you can watch to make sure that you are loading your labels and ribbon properly and have it calibrated and ready to run for when you have the program installed. Once the program's installed, it'll show down here, it's finished downloading. You can click the open button and that'll open the folder where the program was downloaded. You'll just double click on that folder. You're going to want to go to the setup.msi, the Windows installer package, and you can double click on that and it should start your download. So it opens up a GoLabel screen. Welcome to the GoLabel setup wizard. All you're going to have to do on this is you're going to hit next a few times and the next one will start the installation. A box may pop up that'll ask you, do you want to allow this app to make changes on your PC? You're going to want to click yes, and that will begin the GoLabel installation. So you just wait a few moments for it to finish installing. It doesn't take very long. You can see there it's done. So once it's done, click close to exit. You can close out of this box and close out of your browser. Generally, most computers will probably put an icon on the desktop. If not, you can find it down your start menu. So click on GoLabel. It'll open up the program. And this is what you'll get the first time you open it up. You'll open up to a page setup box. And what this does is this sets up your label width and height. Down in the lower left-hand corner, there's a square that can change the unit of measurement. So you're going to want to click on that a couple times until you switch it over to inch. So then that's where you'll enter in your label size, whether it's 2.5 by 5 or 3.5 by 5.5. Margins are left set at 0. Media type is label with gaps, and the gap length is 0.118. If you did get a circle label, you may have a label with black marks. So then you would select that there, and then you would just set the width of the black mark to 0.118. And that's only if you have a circle and you have a black mark on there. You'd notice it's a black mark between the labels, and that's what the paper sensor would read. So you can hit OK, and then you'll notice you have a label that is 3.5 by 5.5. And this white spot is the area that you can print on, is what your printer will be able to print on. The next step that we're going to want to do to setting up our GoLabel and our printer is click on the printer setup. For printer model, you're going to want to select the type of printer that you purchased, whether it be the RT700i or the ZX1200i. Just select the printer that you bought. So for this one, we'll do the RT700i. The darkness is a setting that you will change based on how your printer is printing. Normally somewhere I like to leave it around 7. It just If you go higher with the number, it will make the print head put more heat on the ribbon, which will make the printing darker. But if you go too dark, then it'll start getting things smudging and kind of melting the ribbon, and stuff will blend together. Speed is kind of dependent upon what you have on your label. So if you have more smaller types, a barcode going up and down instead of left to right, you probably want to go a little slower than you would if you have larger fonts and barcode left to right. So let's go for 5 for this. Don't need to worry about those. What you're next thing you're going to want to go to is the printing mode and select thermal transfer. That means we're going to be using ribbon when we're printing on the label. The tear off position set at 16. Sometimes it can vary a little bit. If the label's sticking out a little bit too far when you tear your labels down on the tear bar, you can decrease that and it'll bring it in a little bit more, or if it's not out far enough, you can make it larger. To detect your printer, what you're going to want to do is click on this printer interface button here at the top of the screen. And once you click on that, you'll see that there's all the connection options, whether you're connecting via USB port or a LAN port. You just come down here and you can click search the Godex network, and that will locate your printer that you have. So just give it a second and it'll pop back and it'll say it has found your Godex printer. If you have something on a LAN port, it'll pop up down here, but we're connecting via USB right now. So we're all set up on the printer interface and the printer setup, so you can come back to this screen and just hit save. So now your page setup and your printer setup are done. So your label is ready to print. One other thing you're going to want to do is click up on advanced and go to the real-time clock setup. So if you're putting any sort of dating on your product as a date, a sell-by date, or a time that you need to pull it out of the warmer, you're going to want to come to the real-time clock setup, make sure you have your printer set up and turned on. And then you're going to want to hit the real-time clock setup. And then that'll send the time. You'll hit OK, and that'll send the time over to the printer. So the printer will know the date. And if you have something set up as 4 days out, it'll print 4 days out. So that's all you're going to have to do now. Your program and your printer are set up and ready for printing, as long as you have the labels and the ribbon loaded in the printer. And as I said earlier, when we were downloading the software, there's some videos on the website here for the label, ribbon, and loading, and the user manual. There's also a calibration video down there too of the RT700i and the other printers that we sell on this page. So that's all for this video. So for the next video of creating and setting up a label, you can go watch that one next if you need help, or you can use the sheet that was included with your printer when you received it. Thank you.